So in this video, I wanted to take a quick look at this pen. This is called the Lamy Studio. And this is sort of one of their mid-range pens. It's sold in a fountain pen, rollerball, ballpoint. In this case, it is the fountain pen variety. And pen has a retail price of about $80, or I guess a street price of around $80. But you could buy them used for in the $40 range. It's a fairly popular pen, and they turn over a lot. I bought mine used in basically new condition. So it's a cartridge filler pen, although I think you can put a converter in there. I like the cartridges, I'm fine with that. And this is a stainless steel body, so brushed stainless steel. Sold in other variants. I think the brushed stainless steel is definitely the nicest of them. And you could see the brushing there, just very cool, very nice. All metal body, metal clip with that sort of rounded off sort of shape. I think they call it a propeller shape, but it's basically flat. Metal clip, chromed metal top, chromed metal bottom, and very little embellishment on the pen itself. You do have a Lamy logo right there, which is I think printed on, and you could see it. It's great if you're left-handed, not that you would write with a cap on. So once posted, it fits for righties. The pen does post, which is nice. It's a little bit long, a little bit heavy if you do it, but it is an option. And there you can see this part, I believe, is plastic, which it's slightly it's like grippy. So I'm not sure if it's under the grip area it's metal, but my guess is that it would be plastic. And it is again, it's rubberized, so you have some grip there. The pen is a push closure, not a screw closure, so you have to keep that in mind. And there's very little here, just there's a break right here between the grip or the section, whatever, and the body, but that's it. And when you close it, it goes from that tiny little gap to firm click shut, and that's it. Can spin here if that bothers you, but it doesn't really spin freely. The posting itself is the same thing. You have nothing, and then clicks on, and now it's on very firmly. It does spin a little bit, but it is on quite firmly. And then same with this. This is a really nice closure. You can see there, it does spin. There's a little bit of wiggle from here. Basically, this is fully closed with me pressing it to that's fully open. So you're talking about, a thousandth of an inch or something like that. Maybe 2,000, something like that. Very, very minor amount, but you can feel a slight wiggle. And if you're used to pens that screw shut, and this is going to drive you crazy, maybe it's worth keeping in mind. But again, this is like the full extent of it as I pull right there. And here's fully shut. Then after that point, it'll open. The pen uses, let's see if we can get this to focus, the standard Lamy steel nib. In this case, it's a medium. You can also get it in a gold nib. So if you see some of these, instead of retailing for or a street price around 80, you see it around like 180. That's because you've moved from the stainless nib to the Lamy gold nib. And this nib is interchangeable. You could just put some tape on there and just pull it off, and then put your favorite nib back on. Opening the pen up, just quick turn action. We see the Lamy custom, or whatever they call their cartridge, the big cartridge or colossal cartridge, something like that. And it just presses into that plastic body there. And again, I do think it is fully plastic. So, and then this is just a screw action. Very good tolerances. Lamy tends to be good on that, especially above the $50 range. Writing is just a standard Lamy nib. So this is a Clairefontaine, a smoother paper. And this is the Lamy Studio. And this is a medium, nib, steel. And this is the Lamy purple ink. I had never used it before, this pen. It's okay, I'm not a huge purple fan, but it writes nicely. I think the Lamy ink is very solid, very predictable. Just on the nib, it's really not much variation. But it is pleasant to write with. And you can put down a fair bit of ink with this medium. It's a pretty solid medium. I like the Lamy Broad, but the medium is probably more practical day to day. So consistent, fun to use, and it's just like take the cap off. There's no hard stop, no ink spitting, no spilling, no mess. Just like you know what you're gonna get, and that's one of the nice things about the Lamys. They are just sort of reasonable levels of design, but then you're getting a sort of a no-nonsense pen that's gonna do its job with no problems. It's not like your cap's gonna fall off or the pen's gonna fall apart. It's just like a standard, solid workhorse type pen. And that's pretty much why you would buy a Studio. Again, I'd recommend checking out one of these things used just because they are available on the market. Lamy seems to sell a lot of these. And if you're looking for a mid-range Lamy, this would be my choice. Do not get the LX, not worth the money. So basically you wanna look at the Safari or Vista, then go up, I would say, to the Studio. And then if you want to blow it out past the Studio, check out my videos of the Lamy 2000, which is a really nice step up from this. But it's less of a, something you have to be a little more careful with, which you're moving over to a gold nib and a pen in like the $150 range. So that's it, Lamy Studio. Thanks for watching.